Welcome back to another episode of the World of Pop with Jordan and Josh.
Episode 16.
Well, I'm Josh. I don't know why I introduced you first. That was weird.
Yeah, that was weird. Yesterday.
It's Joshua, too. I don't know why I called myself Josh.
Thank you for
you can call me whatever you want, Jordan.
Thank you for
We're
always
friends.
introducing me on the show. I'm a little shy.
Well, I know that, and I like to make you feel comfortable. I want all our listeners to feel like they know you. Like a brother.
Like a brother. They practically do when you really
Yeah.
think about it.
We got a juicy show, but first we want to remind everybody to go on our website and buy our coffee again.
Buy our coffee.
Buy now, and we're going to give free stuff, gifts, whatever. Like you order, we're going to give you extra coffee, basically.
Yeah. We're going to do something nice for every order.
I love...
Regardless.
We've been shipping this one out, and honestly...
I like putting handwritten notes inside the packages.
Yeah. We want it. It's personal. Like coffee is a personal thing, and also that leads us into what we're going to be talking about first today, which is the psychology of coffee. Let me say that again. Let me have a sip of whiskey.
Coffee has psychology?
Well, I was supposed to have a meeting with my therapist this evening, and instead we're doing this podcast. So I decided that we would talk about the psychology of coffee. So let's get started. Well, we're going to start off strong. It's actually like a really weird thing that, for personally, this one's personal. So black coffee is up. There's a debate around black coffee and what it says about you as a person. And the joke right now is that black coffee means you're a psychopath. Yeah,
I don't know if that's a joke.
No, it's not. It's actually not a joke. But there was a study done, and they taste profiled 500 participants as well as their psychological profile. And interesting, the report showed a connection between bitter tastes and traits such as sadism, narcissism, and psychopathy. A second test of 450 found similar results. So this was done, I believe, in Amsterdam or Vienna.
Now this doesn't mean
Austria? Europe. It was done in Europe.
Somewhere
European
in Europe.
study.
This doesn't mean that you're
We're actually looking up real facts.
Automatically, any of these things for drinking black coffee?
Well, here, I'm going to get into detail because we have a second article actually from, health.com. That is, it goes into a little more detail. And, I'm having trouble with it. Anyway.
Well,
I drink black coffee. You drink black coffee, correct?
I'm drinking black coffee right now.
Oh, my God. So what I want to know is how accurate this study really is.
You're going to ask me if I feel like a narcissist?
Yeah, like, I mean...
You'll never find a narcissist claiming...
No, there are self-aware narcissists. Did you know that?
It's weird.
They're the most dangerous of them all.
Terrifying.
Are you really a psychopath if you drink black coffee? A study has linked bitter taste preferences to antisocial personality traits. I'm super social. This makes no sense. Okay, I don't know. Do you drink black coffee, they say? According to quite a few headlines circulating online, you might be a psychopath. This also goes for bitter foods and beverages like tonic water, kale, broccoli.
Broccoli rabe? Rabby?
And radishes.
I don't know what that means.
I don't know either. So what I want to know now...
I do love tonic water.
Yeah, no, I really don't understand how there's two studies for like 1,000 people, and somehow they're going around. This is going all over the internet, and I wonder if my baristas know this, and whenever I order black coffee, they're like thinking like, this guy's freaking crazy. He doesn't know.
I don't think
What's he gonna go? Who's he gonna go murder next?
Who's he gonna go murder next?
No, I'm a very
probably
non-murderous man.
Not a psychopath per se, but maybe you're a little bit. Maybe you're just a little bit more unhinged than your average cream and coffee drinker.
Yeah, I thought about it. Honestly, the black coffee thing is a purist thing. I honestly believe that by drinking pour-overs black, you're tasting it in its purest form.
I mean, yeah. Unadulterated
No
coffee.
frills.
Yeah. Well, it's like, would you put ice in your wine?
Some people do that, and it really irritates me.
It's fucking weird.
They love their white wine with the ice in it, and like...
I'm not saying that drinking coffee with things in it is weird.
Well, no, iced coffee is not.
That was a poor comparison, but if you want to taste something, you don't add anything.
I don't know. I definitely was a little like personally felt attacked by this article because they said that, you know, I'm a psychopath.
This is the first thing that I woke up to this morning.
Yeah,
every day when I wake up, Josh wakes up like 2 hours before me, and he texts me like 9 times, and it's always just content related things. And this morning it was this, and I felt personally attacked by it.
I know. Well, that's why I texted you right away, because I wanted you to do it when you made your black coffee this morning. I wanted you to read the article and then take a nice, you know, thought about it for the show today. And what are your overall thoughts here?
I didn't drink black coffee this morning, actually.
Did this affect your decision?
It did.
Oh my God.
My roommate knocked on my door and he goes, "Hey man, you want a cup of coffee?" And I said, "No, not today."
Why would you do that?
He drinks Maxwell House.
Oh yeah, that was why you did that.
I brought coffee to the house and I like left it there for everybody to use.
But they don't.
But he just keeps making like pots of coffee with Maxwell House, and I'm like, yeah, that's fine, but
well,
everybody's, you know.
Some people are stuck in their ways, but we would love him to try pop coffee. Hopefully he gets it. We're going to move on because I think we beat that one to death. Coffee and memory is the second thing. The psychology. Coffee drinkers proclaim their alertness improves after their morning cup, and it turns out psychologically that's correct.
Oh, yeah, big time.
Yeah. You know, it depends on a lot of things, but overall, they're saying even teenagers, it's safe for them to, you know, with like basically they're saying optimal time in teens, even drink coffee like around lunch at school or something. I don't know. I did when I was in school.
I feel like sometimes coffee has like the same
kind take a test.
It has the same kind of effect as like a 20-minute nap would. Where you wake up.
Coffee naps. We'll get into that a whole other day.
God, every day.
Another episode, coffee naps.
Oh,
coffee psychology. Is it the cup or the drink? There have been 2 full studies using coffee and a placebo in its place, like for like a decaf. I guess the emotion behind a cup of coffee is sometimes as strong as the coffee itself. It seems. It just has a special place in our hearts. I don't know how I feel about that.
I think it's the hot beverage. Hot and bitter, I think.
Yeah, I don't really know how I feel about it, but at Monash University and the University of Toronto in 2019, they looked into these placebo effects, and they acute arousal and more clarity, and, you know, the placebo seemed to make people feel
just as good as a regular cup of coffee would.
That's crazy. Definitely wanted to bring up this right here, that there's a couple other personality styles. So you can definitely, there's a black coffee or psychopath. But if you're a latte drinker, you're more likely to be a comfort seeker and generous with their time. They also might overextend themselves. Decaf coffee drinkers are often obsessive, controlling, and perfectionistic.
You know, I can speak from experience that your everyday decaf coffee drinker, everybody that I know that does it, they're incredibly, what do you say? Particular people?
Yeah. Okay, so they also say that if you like sweet coffee drinks and frozen drinks especially, you like the, you know, you enjoy trends and trying lots of new things. And we all know about our black coffee drinkers. We won't even go there again. But yeah, so you know, other drinks they tell something about it. Also, just holding a warm cup of coffee is something that in 2008, the National Institute of Health discovered that participants who held a warm cup of coffee in their hands tended to attribute warm feelings to strangers and found them to be more trustworthy. And speaking of trustworthiness, bosses also believe that employees who drink coffee are more trustworthy at a rate of 62%, than more likely to hand out promotions.
Oh, hell yeah.
It's actually crazy. So
if I saw
7 out of 10 bosses trust coffee drinkers.
You see somebody with a cup of coffee, you know that they're ready to work. You know what I mean?
And so to clarify, 7 out of 10 bosses trusted a coffee drinking employee more, and 62% times that employee would be more likely to get a raise.
Wow,
that's pretty significant.
I'm glad I'm a coffee drinker.
So even if you're faking it, you might want to start drinking to get that raise.
Yeah, just drink some decaf with cream.
Yeah,
it'll be good. Good for you.
Okay, so the one other thing I wanted to touch on before we move on to our next amazing section, which is I'm super excited about, is just the fact that you could be down in the dumps and got the blues, and coffee can actually legitimately help boost your mood. Literally, a 2011 study of over 50,000 American women. This study was about women. It was conducted by the Nurses Health Study, and it found the depression risk decreased with the increase of caffeinated beverage consumption, mostly coffee. The study was longitudinal, big word, encompassing a decade's worth of follow-ups with these subjects. So that's like a serious, unlike the other one about the psychopaths, that's a serious study.
So that's pretty much verifiable. Drinking coffee is...
It is a mood booster, for sure.
It's good for your mental health.
You're less likely to be a depressed person.
Objectively.
Yeah. That's all I got about the psychology of coffee for today. We'll revisit this from time to time.
Classic psych session there.
Yeah, it's psych on the mind. That's kind of funny because it's about them. You get it. Anyway, we're going to move on. The next amazing section that we got here, a special guest for today.
Yes.
Is Barista Horror Stories. Wait, hold on, let me say it. Barista Horror Stories, as told by Jonathan.
Jonathan Gibson, how are you today?
Doing great, guys. How are you?
There you are.
We're pretty good.
Wonderful. It's great to have you on the show. We want to first introduce you. Tell us a little.
Jonathan originally hired me at a cafe that I worked at for about 2 years. Was my, not immediate boss, but higher up boss for a while. John is one of my favorite baristas to make my beverages because he always makes them proper and doesn't ask me any questions about it.
By that, I think you mean I make it 100 degrees.
Yeah, there we go. There have literally been times where John will realize that he steamed my milk because I'm very particular. Everybody that listens to the show knows this. I don't like hot beverages.
Oh,
John
really?
will steam the milk for 20, 2 seconds too long, and he'll be like, "Oh fuck," and he'll dump it out and be like, "I'm sorry, bro," and he'll make it. I've always really super appreciated that.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So what else? What have you? Yeah. How are you doing? And yeah. So you're a barista. Well, you're not a barista. What's your job?
Oh, definitely still a barista.
Still a barista.
Still a barista.
At least 35.
So you qualify for this story.
Yeah, we're gonna have John.
Good.
We're gonna. I was just making sure he's still.
Yeah, I was just making sure that we got the qualifications.
I know. Yeah. Oh, for sure.
I'm just fucking with both of you.
I only worked for so long in coffee as a barista that I'm running dry with the Barista Horror Stories. But I still think people enjoy them, and I think that it's good to keep people who haven't worked in the service industry to hear these stories from the point of view of the people who literally make everything that they do possible every single day of the week. So, John, I would love for you to tell me in wonderful detail about a time that a customer was just the worst, that you just had the worst time.
I mean, I've got definitely a few examples. They're kind of short but sweet. In a way, I mean, when they happened, it was over with quickly too. We shut that shit down really quickly. But can I cuss on?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
Explicit podcast.
If I'm going to tell you what happened, I might have to.
Yeah, we want you to be animated.
Yeah. Just be yourself. We can always edit it.
Well, so I've been in coffee about I think I'm going on 11 years now. It was my first job, and I haven't really deviated from that except for maybe 1 year at McDonald's, basically. And still the hardest job I've worked, probably. Yeah. But I would say that as a barista back at Starbucks, I used to work in Mount Pleasant, Michigan, which is right off of Central Michigan University's campus. And there's this business loop right outside of town, which is where I worked. And it's basically the last Starbucks for trucks to stop at from here to Mackinac. So pretty much all of them hit it and then stock up on their coffee, big orders, whatever. There's this one woman in particular who would come in all the time. Her name was like Darlena or something, and kind of this like Southern woman who had like moved up north and was like a truck driver all of her life. And she would come in every day and she would order a venti, all like super extra. She would call it bone dry. Actually, it was bone dry cappuccino with 2 Splenda in it. And when you'd lift it up, it would have to be like so light that, you know, like you wonder if it's an empty cup or not. So I make it, it's like one of my first days or whatever. I whip it up. I just read what's on the ticket. It says like dry, whatever, you know, make it kind of foamy, and I hand it out. And I just like, nothing could have prepared me for the meltdown that happened. I didn't know what her problem was, but she quickly lifts it up. She gives me like this really weird, like stern look, and then pauses, and then runs down the line to my coworker, sort of interrupts the people who are currently ordering and says, like, lift this shit up. Lift this shit up. This fucking faggot's making my drink, and like, he needs to remake my fucking drink, or he needs to get the fuck out of here. And I don't know, she just kept on, just explosive. I mean, in front of a whole room full of people. And I'm standing there thinking like, is it that obvious? You know, but it's
Darlene.
I had never encountered anything like that, so aggressive over literally nothing. I mean, like, just to fix it would take 30 seconds.
Yeah, like she couldn't have just like,
it was too heavy.
She couldn't have just like looked right at you and
like,
been
lift
like,
this shit up.
Like, oh hey homie, like, I don't know if you knew this, but this isn't how I get it. And you would have been like, oh okay, like
100%. You know, it's.
I want to go back to bone dry.
Yeah.
So what?
That's extra foam, man. Bone dry, dude. I don't want any fucking liquid milk in there. I want it all. I want heavy texture. I want that cup to feel like it's filled with styrofoam packing peanuts.
That's essentially it.
Yeah. So she didn't even take the lid off.
So you can like, is this a secret hack? You can buy like foam in a cup from Starbucks.
It's not anything you want.
I know, it's like, that's why I don't know about it, because it's like stupid. Oh my God, Darlene.
I mean, it sucks. Like, it's a like, you know, you can stretch milk pretty far and make it foamy or whatever, but to fill 20 ounces up,
yeah, I'm like,
from the bottom, it's like 3 pitchers of milk. It's like a few minutes of your time, and then you're scooping it like ice cream. You know, it's whack.
So a venti too is a big one.
Oh yeah. It's a lot.
Yeah, so it's like
a shot at Starbucks is like, what, an ounce in the bottom.
You're not getting paid enough to deal with this shit.
Yeah.
So this was at the very beginning of your coffee career too.
Oh yeah. Oh, she wasn't even banned either.
Darlena gave you a wonderful like foray into the world of
Yeah, I think she broke me, you know, and so now there's a lot less that phases me. You know, you sort of look it in the eye like when it's happening, and you're like, I mean, nothing can top what I've already dealt with. So like,
oh yeah,
it's more like entertainment when it happens. It's more embarrassing for them, if anything. Yeah. I've had, not to me, but standing beside a coworker also at another Starbucks. It's always at a Starbucks, you know, like. No one who's got that kind of energy running through them comes into a coffee shop where you're going to wait 10 times longer than a Starbucks. Yeah. So we're kind of safe nowadays, I would say.
Hiding out, the third wave.
Oh yeah.
It's way different. I've had a guy come in, throw a hot coffee on the girl next to me, and then spit a loogie in her mouth.
In her mouth?
In her mouth. Yeah, that was
at Starbucks.
I don't think she ever worked there again. I quit really.
What, she gasped when he threw the coffee on her? Oh God, the timing
or something, but the timing was impeccable because she kind of had this gasp, like, and then right as her mouth is open, he hawks one right at her.
Oh my God! She just fucking catches it the one time that you can, you know.
It's like you choke on the loogie. Oh my God, I can't even.
I feel like I'm making light of it now, but it was really horrible. Like, I mean, I had never seen somebody treated that way before.
That's horrible. These people don't deserve that. That's crazy. No matter what you made a drink wrong or not, like, that's just like, yeah, these people, I see sometimes you see like they treat people like that, kids, but like this person was not a child.
Oh yeah. No, they never like it's always somebody who's fully grown, I don't get it.
Has like a very loose grasp on their position in the world.
Wow.
Oh yeah.
Being a barista is a tough.
This first lady, this Darlena, her name was, I tried to get her banned from the store or whatever. I didn't want to deal with that shit anymore. I just asked my manager, like, can we get her out of here? And he was like, she actually has to have 3 separate outbursts in like the course of a year that I have to document if I'm going to take the action to like ban her from the store.
Wow.
Oh my god.
Right, cool.
So Starbucks company policy would not allow her to get banned off one instance.
Yeah, it was like cool. So I just got to keep making her drinks.
And for you, you insatiable coffee drinkers out there, take that as a warning. You only got 3 strikes at a Starbucks
per calendar year
before they can ban you.
Per year.
Oh yeah.
It's like Christmas.
So you can really go act a fool up in a Starbucks. Is really what you're saying. You can just go run amok.
Jesus.
Wild. In Chicago one time I saw like a police escort somebody out in handcuffs at a Starbucks. That was cool. I was barely awake. I barely remember it. I was like, can I just get my damn coffee? So I mean, I felt bad for the manager there. That was Southside Chicago. It was the State Street Starbucks on campus. So had a nice mix of the crazy and the students.
Oh, I've heard that.
Look at that.
So this is your first Zoom meeting. This is also your very first Zoom meeting where your cat jumped onto your lap in the middle of it.
Yeah.
I heard people like that. It's kind of nice.
There you go. Who does? Yeah, of course. Who wouldn't like that? So how else are we looking? Do we got 2 stories or you got more?
I've in my most recent location over here in Royal Oak, I remember about a year ago, somebody ripped up a fake like $50 bill and stuffed it in a glass and wrote on it, "Got ya." And I was like, are you fucking kidding me?
You're going to bust a table. You're like, oh, don't do a 50. Like somebody was feeling nice today.
Wait,
but it's the very opposite.
What? What kind of customer does that?
Somebody who definitely had $50 to give to a service worker, but didn't feel like it. Yeah.
What kind of did they get black coffee?
What was that?
Did they drink black coffee? They might be a psychopath.
They might be.
Yeah, that's some psychopathic.
And I'm wondering, am I? Yeah.
No, I've actually been given shit by a barista for putting cream in a pour over once, and so there's pressure from the barista in the a little snottier side of the third wave realm. I think I've talked about this person a few times. They literally there's a thing.
You don't like this guy.
No, I don't. I actually do now. But the thing is, we've come a long way. This was years ago. So the thing is, it made me feel really bad for putting cream in my coffee. Like point blank, it affected me.
No business doing that. Like,
I know.
Get in the way of my money? No way.
Yeah, like I bought this coffee, but it's been an ongoing debate, which I haven't found out how to have a whole section about on the show, but we will revisit this now.
Putting cream in coffee.
Yeah, we're just gonna call it cream and coffee.
Customer horror stories.
I
went to a cafe
when a barista enrages on a customer. Oh my god! Yes, we're gonna have to find out if that ever happens.
We're going to have to find some...
I have actually been on the side of treating a barista like shit before, but it was like well-deserved.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. Sometimes it is. No, I'm just kidding.
Well, I've never luckily had any of that. Yeah, I think I'm a pretty good customer.
Well,
my friend called the barista an incel to his face because he scoffed at her because she ordered a chai tea latte. And like the dude was a like fedora wearing, like the whole deal,
Love fedoras.
Whoa, yeah.
Really fit the bill.
Jesus. Dude.
Well,
chai tea lattes. Our next, all right.
John, thank you for being on the show. You're more than welcome to stay in the Zoom meeting and watch the rest of the show live. Down. Or you can leave. No obligation.
Yeah, I can throw my mute button on.
But hey, you know what we're talking about?
Instant coffee.
John, what the hell is instant coffee? Now I'm going to talk about it.
Yeah.
I had a thought the other day where, Josh texted me and he was like, "What is instant coffee?" And I was like, "Bro, honestly, I don't fucking know."
Are you asking me? I know.
No. This is just me talking about it. But yeah, instant coffee. How many of you people have just you drink it sometimes if it's around, but like, what the fuck is it? It's not coffee beans. Coffee doesn't dissolve in water like instant coffee does. Yeah, heat up some water for me. So I did some research actually, and it was actually kind of a pain in the ass to figure out how they make instant coffee. Like they were very not forthcoming with how they do it. But
they were secretive?
They were just very ambiguous about it. They were like, ambiguous. Well, you can make instant coffee a couple of different ways, but all of them are kind of very unspecific. But I think I got it, and I've got a package of instant coffee here.
Wait, we have NesCafe.
I do believe these are Vietnamese NesCafe.
No, they're like Yemenis. I got them from Dearborn.
I think they're pre-sweetened. Also, this is
from the Middle East.
Weird thing.
They're Middle Eastern.
This coffee is white.
That's what I'm saying. It's probably like cinnamon roast.
Cinnamon roast coffee. Okay, so anyways, we're gonna talk about what the hell is instant coffee.
Well, this is so
before we get into brewing this instant coffee,
regardless of the color of it, it's going to be produced with these methods you're going to explain there.
Yeah. Well, there's mainly just one.
Oh, that's it. One.
Well, there's several. There's one base way to do it, and there's several weird processing methods depending on how much money you have to spend on equipment. But the gist of what I got from all of my hours of research over the past 48 hours. Because the question really did.
You're a very studious guy.
The question really did haunt me. The fact that you said to me what is instant coffee.
I mean, it was a bold question,
and I had no idea. And the fact that when I Googled it, it was kind of a pain in the ass to figure out what exactly it was. So
wait, can I go back? Actually, this was like a random. We're like, what are we going to talk about on the show? I mean, we're gonna talk, about this Barista Horror Story, that whatever, hootie hoo. And then all of a sudden, I go through the notes in my phone, and I see this old note, and it just goes, "What is instant coffee?" I don't know when I thought about that, but I think a lot of people, I think I'm not the only one. I literally own a coffee company, and I'm like, over here, what is instant coffee? Because a lot of third wave coffee guys don't want to touch it because of stigma.
Yeah. So instant coffee is brewed coffee. They do an extraction using, pressurized water. And they actually use a temperature a lot higher than for espresso. Okay. The exact method in which they do this, I don't, I'd imagine it's pressurized water, so I'd imagine it was similar to espresso, where they're pushing the water through it. They use water up to 400 degrees Fahrenheit under pressure, so it's not technically steam yet, it's maintaining its liquid form.
Oh, wow.
They push it through, they essentially make a super strong extract that's made out of just the water-soluble parts of coffee.
Wow.
And they make it into a weird film.
Yeah.
So essentially they would pour it into very, very thin layers, like fucking rock candy or something, right?
Yeah.
And they would freeze dry it and then grind it up.
Like break it into little pieces.
Yes, it's
fragments.
It's just the strange.
So it looks like ground coffee at the end of the day when you pour it out. It's like, oh, is this like ground up coffee? I'm just putting water with it, but really, it's not at all.
It's like ice, but it's
ice, baby.
It's not frozen right now.
It's like vanilla ice, baby.
Don't talk about vanilla ice on the show.
Bro, that was a huge part of my, dude. All right, we won't talk about it.
Yeah. Well, we've got a couple minutes to heat up.
Seems like you got some beef with vanilla ice.
Yeah, I don't want to talk about it.
Okay, whoa.
Yeah, we'll save that for a heavy water episode.
Hold on.
That's going to be emotional.
Maybe we could have him on the show.
Honestly, you might.
What's the temperature that you want? I'm at 160, 170.
Dude, turn it off, bro. It's instant coffee. I don't need hot water. I need drinkable water. Yeah, pour me up, bro. All right. Yeah.
We're doing it right now live.
Listen to this water. Listen to that.
Wait, no, put it in.
Oh, okay. Wow, there is a lot of instant coffee in there.
This stuff's actually pretty good. I've had it before.
No, it is pretty good. I drank it before, too. I don't know where this box came from, but it's I don't know where it's from. I just showed up to work one day and there was like an 85 pack of NesCafes in the back of the office, which I don't understand because we literally have so much coffee.
I will talk about this. I went to a beautiful I went to a beautiful little Middle Eastern market and I just really enjoyed the little cheese pies they had there, and I wanted to support them, and so I like bought something else randomly, like at checkout. You know, when you just like grab something, and I just grabbed the shit. Like the guys will like this at work, and here we go. Here we are. So
well, we'll see. Give me a spoon, would you?
Oh, you need a spoon.
I need a spoon.
You need a spoon, don't you? Here's a spoon.
Oh yeah.
There we go. Spoon it up.
Really trying to get the audio good. I want this crisp spoon sound against the white porcelain cup.
I'm making my own cup. We're both cupping it up. We're doing a live cupping of NesCafe.
It's so odd.
It has like
it's so creamy
Arabic on the packaging. It's definitely.
I think it's Vietnamese.
But they are the second largest producer of coffee.
Oh hell yeah, dude!
All right, what do you think?
It's delicious. It's like pre-creamed coffee. Powdered coffee creamer has always freaked me out, but for some reason, like instant coffee that gets creamy is totally fine with me.
It smells like hot chocolate.
It does, but I assure you, it's not.
I'm stirring mine. Yeah. So in a pinch, go and get yourself some instant coffee, I guess.
It's hardly coffee.
It's not. It doesn't really taste like coffee, huh? It's like a different thing. It tastes like, oh my god, that tastes like a French vanilla cap from Tim Hortons.
We love our Timmys up here.
It's kind of got a nice texture to it, though.
It does. It really does.
Actually, so I gotta say, this is an enjoyable experience, though it doesn't feel like I'm drinking coffee.
Yeah, no, it definitely it is enjoyable. But I don't know if I would ever really go out and do this, like, unless I.
Do you ever get the coffee at the little vending machines on the road on a road trip?
I do not. Well, I have once. You get the cup that has like the fucking Monte Carlo on it, like the Ace of Spades.
It kind of tastes like that, but if it was better.
Oh yeah, big time. Yeah, those freak me out actually, because they put them in like cups that are way too well insulated, and the coffee comes out. So the coffee comes out so fucking hot,
like the texture to the outside of the cup.
Yeah,
where it's
I'm driving like 5 hours, right? 5-hour road trip. 2 hours in, I'm like, fuck, I really need a coffee. I pull over. I'm like getting to my destination like 2.5, 3 hours later, and I'm like, damn, dude, like I still can't drink this coffee because it's so fucking hot. Filled up to the brim, so I can't take the lid off and let it cool down. You know, it's in my cup holder. Terrible. Much better off pulling off the side of the road, starting a fire, boiling water, making instant coffee on the go.
Yeah.
You don't even need any brewing equipment.
We're gonna get
You just need hot water.
The jet boil.
And a spoon.
Will be available soon.
Don't talk about that. It's a secret.
Not really. Anyway, here we are, and we're gonna finish the episode. I think we got.
Yeah, I think we're over it. I'm really happy.
Actually, well, hold on. There's one more thing I want to do. I'm gonna take this whiskey and put it in the NesCafe.
That's fucking weird.
And it's called a Kentucky. Let me do Kentucky coffee. Isn't this Kentucky NesCafe?
I don't know.
All right, I'm gonna taste test this, and then we're gonna end. Holy shit,
shocking.
That's good.
It's what?
Try that. You don't like that?
No, it's not, man. You're an insane person.
I'm gonna drink the rest of this
That's
and
horrible.
love it. It's kind of like hot cocoa and whiskey. Anyway, everybody have a
good time. It's always a great time. It's always a good time for a cup of instant coffee. It's always a great and a much better time for a cup of pop coffee.